The Xiaomi phones are great options for anyone looking for one of the best value smartphones on the market. It may not be a brand as universally available as Apple's iPhones or Samsung's Galaxy phones, but Xiaomi offers great build quality and excellent cameras. In today's video, we will be discussing top 5 best smartphones from Xiaomi, which could be a best value to money choice for you. So stay tuned till end of the video. But before continuing further, kindly hit the subscribe button and press the bell icon, so you never miss any update from us. Let's continue with our video. Number 5. Poco X4 Pro 5G. The Poco X4 Pro 5G may not be the Poco you are looking for. The Poco X4 Pro packs a 6.67-inch 120Hz Super AMOLED screen and megapixel sloys the Snapdragon 695 5G chipset, a departure from the flagship-grade Snapdragon 860 within the Poco X3 Pro, but a small megapixel improvement over the Poco X3 NFC's Snapdragon 732G. This mid-range SoC offers good CPU performance and 5G connectivity though. The camera is your usual tri-eye setup with a high-res 108 megapixels primary, an 8 megapixels ultra-wide, and a 2 megapixels macro shooter. There is no depth sensor as opposed to other Redmi Note 11 models and the previous Poco X3 phones. The Poco X4 Pro offers stereo speakers, a 3.5mm jack, a micro SD expansion, and even an IR port. You can also charge its large 5000 mAh battery incredibly fast with the bundled 67-watt charger. Number 4. Redmi Note 10 5G. The Redmi Note 10 series is one of the most exciting mid-rangers Xiaomi has to offer. The smartphones there cater to diverse groups of users with very affordable price tags. It gives you access to 5G networks on the cheap, but there is more than that. The affordable Xiaomi Redmi Note 10 5G also offers a 90Hz 1080p LCD screen, a triple camera on the back, plenty of connectivity options, a huge battery, and even a decent chipset that can handle gaming on the go. The Redmi Note 10 5G runs on the 5G-enabled Dimensity 700 chipset by MediaTek and is usually coupled with 4GB of RAM and 64GB or 128GB UFS 2.2 storage. We like that Xiaomi has kept the microSD slot, even if it's a hybrid slot. In fact, the Note 10 5G has a lot of fan-favorite features like a 3.5mm jack, FM radio, IR blaster, NFC. There are no stereo speakers though. The Redmi Note 10 5G, just like the Realme 8 5G, isn't a device for everyone as it's not the fastest or packing the best camera in this price bracket, but it ushers the Redmi Note series into this new 5G era, and anyone who wants to experience the faster 5G networks. Number 3. Xiaomi Mi 11 Ultra. The Xiaomi Mi 11 Ultra came out in April of 2021, and to this day, it's a testament to smartphone excellence. For the materials used through the design to the megapixel sensors and the performance, the Mi 11 Ultra is a top-tier smartphone through and through. Like the Mi 10 Ultra, the Mi 11 has a beefy 5000 mAh battery with chart-topping charging speed, getting to 100% in about 40 minutes. And if you prefer wireless charging, the Mi 11 Ultra can again go to 100% in under 40 minutes with the appropriate charger. And that's before we get to the megapixel promising set of cameras. Those cameras are still the best you can find on a phone. The main 50 megapixels, one first 12-inch Samsung GN2, is the biggest CMOS sensor on a commercially available phone, technically smaller than the 1-inch type in the Xperia Pro I. But the Mi 11 Ultra uses all of its imager. There's a 120mm periscope zoom camera in front of the joint largest zoom sensor, and a phone at 1 by 2.0-inch and another half-inch sensor in front of the widest ultra-wide and a phone at just 12mm. Megapixel slate with autofocus. The selfie is respectable too. All the camera hardware requires a shocking camera island to be erected on the rear of the Mi 11 Ultra. The front is a polar opposite. It's all screen, a lovely 6.81-inch AMOLED of 120Hz with sloped edges on all sides, left and right, as well as top and bottom, which give the Mi 11 Ultra's front an uninterrupted pebble vibe. The Xiaomi Mi 11 Ultra remains one of the fastest phones thanks to a Snapdragon 888, up to 12GB of RAM, UFS 3.1 storage, and a display touch megapixel sling rate of 480Hz. Whichever way you look at this phone, it's the best around. Xiaomi made 0 megapixel promises in making it, but they also ask a lot of money for it. Number 2. Xiaomi 12. A 1-inch camera sensor in a phone, and this phone actually uses all of it? The Xiaomi 12S Ultra, the third installment in the megapixel Cine's lineup of ultimate flagships, with an extra focus on imaging has just arrived. Unfortunately, just like that pioneering Mi 10 Ultra, this latest one will not be sold outside of China. To avoid confusion, let's clear one thing up from the get-go. You probably know that already, but no physical dimension of the 1-inch sensor is actually 1 inch. It's a long-standing oddity in digital camera sensor nomenclature, and we'll talk about it in more detail in the camera section of this review. It's still the largest camera sensor in a smartphone, tied with the Sharp Aquos R6 that practically nobody outside of Japan has seen, and the Xperia Pro. It's gotten more publicity, but has likely sold even fewer units. The China-only Xiaomi means 1-inchers will maintain that exclusivity, but it's still closer to a mainstream device than those other two. And unlike the Sony that crops from the center of its 1-inch sensor, the Xiaomi utilizes all of it. And unlike the Sharp, the latest Ultra has advanced phase detect autofocus. So tied for size it may be, but it is better. A properly remarkable camera, that much is certain. The rest of the rear setup isn't half bad either. It's just mostly the same as it was on the Mi 11 Ultra. Still great, and in many ways superior to the megapixel Citation, just not all that new. New is the selfie camera though, and here will have to pull its own weight. With the little display on the back now gone, more photo ops will need to be handled by the front camera. Battery capacity and charging capability aren't class-leading, but should do just fine. All things considered, that's not a spec sheet we can megapixel slain about, no. Number 1. Xiaomi 12 Pro. Xiaomi's top-of-the-line, non-folding smartphone for 2022 may be the 12S Ultra, but its highest-end smartphone for 2022 that you can officially purchase outside of China is the 12 Pro. That's an odd situation for sure, and it's even odder still if you consider that the Mi 11 Pro, its predecessor, was confined to the Chinese market last year while the Mi 11 Ultra wasn't. It's really hard to ascertain the logic behind these moves from afar, but as the saying goes, it is what it is. We were obviously curious to see how the megapixel Cine's international top dog fares if we use it for an extended period of time as our one and only smartphone, and our thoughts following that are laid out in this long-term review of the Xiaomi 12 Pro. If you look at Xiaomi's current roster, the 12 Pro seems to serve a similar purpose to Samsung's Galaxy S22 Plus, packing high-end specs while not going all in with everything, especially camera-wise. Does that put it in an awkward position where it's hard to justify getting one, or is it just enough smartphone that you'll be happy with it if having the best camera hardware in your handset isn't a priority for you? These are some of the things we've set out to discover during our time with the Xiaomi 12 Pro, and if we could spoil our conclusions just a little bit, we'll say there are definitely a lot of things to love about this device, but there are also some issues, some more baffling than others. We hope that you have enjoyed our video. Kindly give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon so you never miss any update from us. Thanks for watching the video.